Welcome to Third Shot Podcast. We have another great episode in store for you all, and we get to finally reach the end of my honeymoon adventures. Please go to our social media, Instagram and Facebook at Third Shot Podcast. Give us a follow, or if you already follow us, maybe a like and a comment would be fantastic. You can also find us on X at Third Shot Pod. Or our website, thirdshotpodcast.com, where we have all of our previous episodes, some blog posts, and some very special Third Shot apparel.
How is it going, Brigie?
It's good. How's it going with you?
It's going good. Had a good day today.
Yeah, and it's almost the weekend, so
That's right. Let's
yeah,
rock and roll.
ready to play some pickleball. Cheers.
Cheers. That's good.
What are you drinking?
I am drinking Jack Daniels.
Your classic
Jack.
Uncle Greg drink.
Right. Paying homage to my dad.
You
Every
love
time
it.
I have a Jack, I think of my dad.
And now because you told me that was his favorite drink, whenever I see Jack Daniels now, I think of your dad as well. So
Oh, that's
his
sweet.
memory is out there.
He is with us all.
Definitely.
Good man. So miss him much.
Yeah.
So to
Yes.
prep this episode with, we're going to get to the end of the honeymoon. So you have left Japan now with a full tummy, right? Because the food was so good. And you shoot over to Thailand. How many days do you get in Thailand?
I believe it was 7 days. So we did about a week in Japan and a week in Thailand.
Okay.
And so we land in Bangkok, and Bangkok is just so different than Japan.
Yeah.
The way the city looks, the way it operates, the sights and smells and everything, it's just so completely different. Where, Japan is so orderly, super duper clean. There's really not a lot of people just out on the streets in the city, unless it's like one of those touristy areas.
Mhm.
And as you might remember, like, eating on the streets is kind of like a no-go unless you're in those areas where they have those street vendors.
Right.
Thailand, throw those rules out the window. You see just like carts of food on the side. There's big high-rise buildings, but then right next to it you have just like very local markets and kind of some people living on the street. It's just so many different socioeconomic levels mixed in one area, where typically in a city, you kind of see it in pockets, but
Right.
this is all just kind of mixed together,
Wow.
which makes it really exciting and really fun, because I felt like you get to see the entire city and kind of their culture just by walking
Just by
through there.
walking a few blocks, you see it all.
You do, you really do. I do feel bad because I didn't get to go to one of the floating markets. They have
Wow.
like the river ones where you can go down and make the stops. We didn't have enough time to do that, but we did plenty of shopping in their street markets. And I have to give props to my husband, because he is like the ultimate barterer. Like, I feel like if you were there too, like, it would just be so much fun. The two of you just making all the deals, getting all the things.
So what were you guys like bartering on? Like food or gifts or
No,
what?
not food. It was more gifts and like things like bags and those elephant pants that everybody has to come home from Thailand in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plenty of those.
Plenty
We
of
brought
those.
yeah, for
Like you get a
ourselves and
20 for 1 discount or something like that.
yeah, that was it. If you bought more than one, they would like definitely decrease the price for you. But it was so funny because he's like, whatever you want, like, tell me what you want. And then he'll go in there and they'll be like, oh, 350 baht. He's like, no, I saw that down there for like 200. And then they're like, okay, 250. So,
So how much is like 100 baht?
oh man, you're really quizzing me. I think 1,000 baht was $30.
Okay.
I think. I can't remember what I would always look up one. Like, when I was in Japan, it was like 100 yen, and I would memorize what that conversion is just so I
Right.
can have idea, but I can't remember. I'd have to do some Googling, but it was super affordable. Like Bangkok, if you want to go shopping, if you're looking for clothes and things like that, like that is
So
a
was the
good place to
shopping
be.
better in Bangkok or Tokyo?
I had more fun in Bangkok shopping
Okay.
because it's all in one area and the prices are just you can't beat them.
I never asked you, when you were in Japan, did you go to a Don Quixote's store?
Yes, we went to like a 7 level Don Quixote.
Right? It's
Yeah.
incredible.
In
Right? They have
Kyoto, they had
everything
it.
you could ever
Yeah.
want in these damn Don Quixotes, and the prices are fantastic. Like that's where everybody goes for like cosmetics and stuff and creams because you can find stuff from all over the world in Don Quixote's and it's a pretty reasonable price.
Yes, they do. They had really, really good prices there. We did a lot of our gift shopping. It was funny because we walked in and on that main level of the Don Quixote that we went in, it's like gifts and souvenirs. And then we see that there's multiple floors. So we start going up and up and up. And it's like then it transforms into like a beauty supply shop, like you were saying, then
Yeah.
electronics and then like anime stuff. And it was wild, but that is the spot to be for sure.
That is the spot. So okay, going back to Bangkok, is there anything like equivalent to like a Don Quixote's in Bangkok, or is it just every individual store kind of has their own stuff?
It is not comparable. Well, I we didn't find anything that was comparable. All of the shopping we did was strictly like on the street. So if you think like flea market where they have it's more like a stand than a shop or like
Hmm.
a store that is like brick and mortar.
Hmm.
They seem very portable. Some places did have shops, but they're smaller sized. And then just like you can't even see walls because there's just like clothes hanging on
Oh,
all of the
everywhere.
walls. Yeah, and like tons and tons of bags of clothes, like big, like pallet size, like tarps of clothes just sitting on the floor. Because we went out super early, so they're still like picking through, I guess, their storage stuff and hanging them on the walls. But it was
So
so fun to
is
see.
so is it like you have to like pick through all the layers of clothes to find your size or a style you like or stuff like that? Or is it organized
Some
enough where you can kind of find what you're looking for?
Most of the time, what I noticed is that they would put, like, one of whatever they had, and so you can see what they have and tell them, like,
Okay.
what size, but one thing I did notice in Thailand was, like, those elephant pants, it's one size.
Okay.
So a lot of their clothing was just one size fit to all because most of it's, like, elastic or, I guess, like, some sort of stretchy
Yeah.
material, right?
Yeah. Or a
So,
drawstring or something like that or
yeah, so it was kinda tough when it came to, like, actually picking out clothes, but, for stuff like shorts and things like that, one size is fine.
so okay, you know me, we gotta talk food.
Yes.
What was the food situation like in Thailand? It's gotta be good.
There is, definitely not there there's a shop, like, within every foot that you take when you're walking down the street, so you finding food is not the problem, finding good food, I think,
Oh,
because there's so many to pick from, right? You're like, "I wonder which one is the best
did
one,"
you
and
did
then
you pick some bad ones?
no, I don't think so.
Okay.
He's got kind of a weak-ish stomach, that
Mhm,
he has
mhm.
a lot of food sensitivities and stuff like that, so, unfortunately, we didn't get to try, like, a lot of the street food, so we would look more for restaurants and stuff like that just to
Okay.
err on the side of caution, um, but everything we ate was really, really good, and I guess there's a large Indian population there because everywhere we went, it was like Thai food, but then also on the menu, they had Indian food.
Okay.
So, one street food that we did try, was like a Thai samosa. Like, the inside
Ooh,
was like Thai,
like
seasonings, but it was a
okay.
samosa. It was so good.
Oh, that sounds good. So
You know, I love both Thai and Indian.
were you doing any Indian food while you were in Thailand, or did you go Thai the whole time?
We tried to go Thai the whole time, and, like, when we were in Japan, we tried to do Japanese the entire time just to really, like, immerse ourselves and take advantage of where we were at.
Yeah.
So we had to get the classic, like pad thai. We did a pad see when we went to Krabi, and that was maybe like one of my favorite things I think that we got the
Oh,
entire
really?
trip.
Okay.
Pad see
Yeah.
mango sticky rice. We had chicken satay, some sort of stir fry noodle. Everything was just
Do you have any peanut
phenomenal.
butter or something?
So the chicken satay comes with like a peanut butter sauce,
Yeah.
and that was one of the best sauces that we had there
Yes.
too.
That's one of
So
my
good.
favorites in Thai cuisine is getting the peanut butter sauces. Oh,
Yes.
love that. I'm a peanut butter lover, so that's just right up my alley.
Yeah, I remember that about you too. And I love that they toast the peanuts and crush them up and put them on
Yes.
all of their stuff too. I that
Sprinkle it on your noodles, right? Oh my gosh. Even on the
Yes.
rice. You wouldn't think of putting crushed nuts on your rice, but it's good.
Super, super good.
So the flavors were yummy. Was it too
Oh my God.
spicy at times? Because sometimes Thai could be super spicy.
I think because we were in touristy areas, they always ask like
Oh,
how
okay.
spicy, and we would say like mild or like not really spicy. And then we'd always add on to it. So you know how they bring like the spice rack to your table.
Yeah.
We'd always ask for that so we can kind of adjust the spice level. But everything that we got we didn't get one dish that was too spicy for us.
Okay. Now the resort that you stayed at looked amazing.
Oh, it was beautiful. That was kind of like our one like really honeymoon kind of overindulgence. It was the Ritz Carlton in Krabi, but it wasn't in the like Krabi proper. It was kind of outside of it. It was in a bay called Fulu Bay, I think,
Okay.
and it was very secluded. Like we had to take a car out there, and we're like winding through. It looks like kind of like countryside. You've got some like huts out there where people are living. We saw a monkey on the way, some cows, chickens, all just in the wild.
Uh-huh.
And then we finally pulled up to this resort that didn't even look like a resort. It was like big walls. You pull in with the car, and there's just like some palm trees, and then another opening where like two people in their work uniforms are just waiting for us, like waving. And so we get out of the car, and they're like, welcome to I forget the full name of it, but like the Ritz Carlton, and they already knew our names. And
Hmm.
they're like, Mr. and Mrs. Farwaha, like follow us. And then they lead us down this hallway, and once you reach the end of it, there's like this huge square pond in front of us. And across the pond is a giant gong. And there's a lady there, and she like hits the gong so it like makes the gong sound, and then does it again. And then the person who led us there, like we're standing there, and she's like standing like this with her hands
Oh my
out in
God.
front of her, and she said, um, they're making sure that everyone here knows of your arrival. Around the perimeter of this pond there was like a little fence, and the fence was made out of little tea lights. She said there's 1,000 tea lights, which stands for something about life. And then there's little what do you call it? Like lily, not lily pads, but like for you to walk on, like little
Oh,
stones
okay. Yeah.
to walk on. So it goes to your left, and then there's some to the right. And she said when you walk into the resort, you come to the left and walk around, and then when you leave you exit on the right hand side, because it's symbolizes like life, because it's a full circle of coming and going. And we're like, wow, this is so cool.
That is really cool. There's like a whole thing going on, a whole theme that you got to follow, but that's high end. I mean, Ritz
It was.
Carlton, right? They know how to do it.
They do it up for sure. So, we were living very lavishly there. Food again was fantastic, and so
I would
many
have a tough time
pools.
leaving the resort. It's so nice. I mean, looking at the pictures, like you're getting, didn't you get the massage and right?
Yeah, it
You got
was
some
so nice.
treatment. Yeah, like oh my gosh, I'd have a tough time leaving there.
We didn't It was tough for us to leave there too, but we had to come back. Got to
I
do
know
the podcast.
that's true, but you didn't come straight back. You went to Hawaii first.
We did just for like a quick pit stop to relax and kind of get back to the states life.
Did you get to do anything fun in Hawaii in the day that you were there?
We went to a Cirque du Soleil show in true Vegas fashion. We sought out the one Cirque show that wasn't in Vegas.
You can't take the Vegas out of you.
You can't. It was fantastic though because it was based on Hawaiian culture. So the
Mhm.
entire show was, they had some like luau dance type performances, and it was great.
Fun. That's fun. What was the weather like through the whole trip? Like not just
Um,
Hawaii, but Thailand and Japan. Was it hot? Was it
Japan was
cool?
cool-ish, but it was warmer than what we were expecting.
Okay.
And then Thailand, holy smokes. I thought I was gonna die there. Like it was so hot. Everything you walk outside and like I think it was like 90% humidity.
Whoa.
And it was there. They said it was the hottest, most humid time of the year to go. So I was just like wet the entire time. Just like my sweat was just pouring out of me, but I was having such a fun time that like it's really easy to kind of forget about that because there's so much to see and do.
Yeah.
But as soon as like you feel it and you're like sticky and your arm gets stuck to your other arm, like then I was like, we got to go back to the hotel and take a shower. I probably took like 3 showers a day.
Take like multiple showers every day just to kind of dry off. It's funny, you're getting dry by taking a shower. You're just getting that stick off, right? You got to get the sticky off you.
Exactly. And when the sunscreen too, because I was caking it on, I didn't want to get
Uh,
sunburn either. So it's like running in my eyes, but
oh my gosh.
so
Sounds
much
like
fun.
you had a great time though, even with the humidity in Thailand.
Yeah, that's just a side note. It was a wonderful trip.
Oh, I'm so happy for you. That's cool to have like a memorable honeymoon.
Oh yeah, that is one for the books, that's for sure.
Yeah. Hopefully you took a bunch of pictures and next time I get together with you, I can go through all the pictures you got.
Absolutely. Yes, I have plenty, like hundreds for you to look through.
Nice. Nice. All right, back to reality. We're going to have a amazing podcast today. We have the owners of Cool as a Pickle Sunshade Solutions. Speaking of hot and weather, right? There are times where you're on the pickleball court and you just need some shade. You need some relief. Well, Christine Duffy and Susan Ludwig have figured it out for you. They have a revolutionary product, and we're going to talk to both of them here in a second. Right after all of you guys that are listening right now, go on to our podcast platforms and like us and follow us. Third Shot Podcast, thank you so much for all the support that you're doing, as well as on social media, on our Instagram account, our Facebook account, and our X, where you can find us at Third Shot Pod, and on YouTube, Third Shot Podcast. Check out all of the cool videos that we have in our library now, over 100. So take a look. And while you are going and hitting that 5 stars, we're going to bring on our guests, Christine and Susan. Hi, Chris and Sue. Welcome to Third Shot Podcast.
Hi,
Thank you.
Greg and
Hello,
Brigie.
everybody.
Hi, thanks so much for joining us. Before we get into it, we're going to do a little toast to Chris and Sue and your amazing product that is helping pickleball players stay cool.
That's
Cheers.
right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Before we start, what are you guys drinking tonight?
Well, of course,
I'm drinking Bailey's on the rocks.
I have my traditional lemon drop, of course.
I know when we talked before and you said you're going to do a lemon drop, I go, oh my gosh, yes.
My favorite. Nothing better.
Fun fact.
She makes the best lemon drop. It's all healthy.
Gosh.
No sugar, no nothing bad.
Yes.
I got to get that recipe.
I got you.
That was my first drink that I ordered when I turned 21 was a lemon drop. So it's got a special place in my heart.
Yes.
Or Brigie, we can just go out and visit them and she can make us one in person.
There you go.
Hey, even better. We'll play some pickleball, drink some lemon drops.
And stay cool.
Yeah.
Exactly. So Sue and Chris, share with us how the two of you met and kind of what your background is.
You can go, Sue.
Okay. So Well, my background, I'll start with my background first. So I was a school psychologist for 27 years, as well as a high school basketball coach for 31. And I played college basketball at Syracuse University, where I got my education, my undergraduate, and then went on to get my master's in school psychology. So, um, coaching, and then I went on to Syracuse and coached there for the last 2 years of my career at Syracuse University. I was able to go back to my alma mater and coach with my best friend. So that was really exciting. And then I retired and I was going to golf and I picked up this thing called the pickleball paddle, and the rest is kind of history. So I met Chris actually playing pickleball here locally in the Syracuse area. We were part of a group called the Pickadillies, and got to meet a lot of really cool people and my two future business partners.
Nice.
Yeah.
Chris?
Yeah, so I came from a different background. I was in technology sales for a Fortune 500 company and traveled quite a bit, and retired from them was there about 35 years. And I wasn't really quite ready to not work. And then started playing pickleball and, of course, like, the cute bag and the skirt and the outfits and that type of thing. I kind of, got interested in all that stuff. And then I started a business called Pickleball first. And then I ran into Sue on the pickleball court. And it must have been about, I don't know, it was very hot and humid. And we were like, how can we get shade on this court? There's 12 courts and people are passing out. I mean, it was so hot. There wasn't even any trees to stand under. So we're like, what about that corner over there, on the court? So that's kind of how we started like brainstorming about Stay Cool as a Pickle, and it just evolved, and it evolved pretty quickly, actually. So
yeah, tell us that process from the time that you guys, were huddling in the corner trying to find yourself a little coolness. Like, how long did it take, and what was the process like to come up with the idea and come up with the product?
Well, I'll jump in here really quickly. If you know Chris, it took about 5 minutes for her to get home and start the process. She's she's a beast, and we're really fortunate to have her in the business. So really, she's the one I think that really took off with getting this process going, and we've been moving forward with it ever since.
So really, so it probably started about, it was the beginning of last summer is when we collaborated on it. And then we, tried to see if there's something we could do that was off the shelf, and that didn't work. And we found a manufacturer, recently moved manufacturers to the US, which we're really excited about. And they're awesome. And they see the potential in the product. And we have no issue if we get an order that's really big, we can fulfill it. So we have a manufacturer in the US. We tweaked, we're probably on our, I don't know, 7th or 8th sample, which I know is our production level sample now. So we've tweaked it over, probably about 6 months. And it's actually awesome. It's just so many different areas that you can collaborate in it. And there's, where Sue comes from is the education background, as well as, being very athletic. So she sees all sorts of potential in the education space, especially now that pickleball might be, an Olympic sport down the road, I heard. So, yeah.
Well, I think it's a fantastic idea. You mentioned you're looking around for some trees or some shade, and typically when you're at a facility, there's really none to be found. Maybe like one awning, but you can't really like fit everybody under there. So for our listeners who might not have had a chance yet to kind of see what this product is, can you describe to them what this type of awning is and what are the benefits that it offers players?
Yeah, so it's a 90-degree angled shade, and it's 9 by 9 by a little under 13 feet. The hypotenuse, the long side, and super easy to put up. We have the D-rings on every end, and we were using like carabiners at first to hook to the fence. Now we found that straps work even better. You get a little tighter fit. So we started, evolving into that, and you can go right around the pole with those. But it's very sturdy. It's easy to put up. I'm the demo person usually around here, so I can put it up really in about a minute or less. But depending on how long, people who are just getting in and aren't as familiar, it might take them 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes to put it up. So really, if you want to put it up and take it down, you can. But a lot of the parks and recs around here are leaving it up for the summertime, and then they'll take it down, of course, in the winter. In Florida, you can leave it up year round. So it's very versatile, though. The functionality of it is tremendous. It's economical. If you look at cost points, like you talked about, freestanding, any type of freestanding structure, I know around here goes anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. So when you're talking our price point, we're $300, right in that range, $300 to $400, depending if you're going to put logo on it or not. Really cost effective, and it's going to last you. It's good quality, and again, the value that you can get out of it, and the uses that we can use it for. So obviously pickleball and tennis courts, but also using it at schools. For instance, I know working at a high school, kids don't want to go outside today in the sun, especially when there's no shade. It's hard enough to get them out. So now, not only can you get them to where they're under a tree somewhere, and your lesson is over here on the tennis court, but now they can be out on the tennis court. You can put 4 or 5 in each corner while you're demonstrating something, and they can actually be integrated into whatever schools are doing on the court. If you're giving a tennis lesson, the instructor can stand under the shade while participants are out there, playing, or the extra people who are working their way in and out can get a respite from the sun in one of the other 3 corners on the court. So it really is versatile, and it's a much needed thing, like Chris had said earlier too. So a lot of people go down with heat exhaustion last year. And I know too, I felt like the sun was warmer here. I'm not sure why, but even in June, it just seemed warmer. I don't know if it's global warming or what it is, but I just think it's a really much needed thing, and it's on the court. So what better? You don't even have to leave the playing court in order to get the reprieve from the sun.
Yeah, and just to add to that, so like the nice thing with pickleball, right? So all of us, all ages are playing pickleball. That's the great thing about the sport. And in pickleball, you can kind of, especially if it's hot, you can call a water break, you can call a timeout, pretty much any time, unless you're playing like a professional pickleball tournament. But there's, not enough time to run off the court, grab your water, and like just get a little break. But you do have time to go in the corner, grab your cool water, and kind of just converse with your partner and like strategize, like, okay, how are we going to win this match? And then go back on the court, but you're still on the court. So it's not shade for people watching, it's shade for the people playing. And we recently just did an event last week, and we videoed it, and we had a pro, and she was head to toe, we're in Florida, head to toe covered. She even had UV 50 gloves on, because she's very conscientious about the sun. And you have to be down here, especially when you're on the courts, and that's your job for 6-7 hours a day. And she loved being under the sunshade, because it was a time for her when people were running off the court to, switching, taking turns. She was able to stand under the sunshade, observe what they were doing, and then go back into instruction. She also did a drill where she was feeding from the corner of the court with her ball bag across the court. So she was loving it. So she went back, told, the country club that she does her, she works for. So they're going to be talking to us soon about getting sunshades for their pickleball courts. And the other nice thing about it too is if you have a court, you just put it up. You have to have a 7-foot or higher fence, and it can go in every corner of the court. So as the day goes on, right, and the sun kind of moves across the court, we recommend putting one up in every corner, so you can capture that. So it's it's just it's a product that doesn't exist today in the way it's being used.
That's what's really cool about it.
Mhm.
It's so needed. Like I was at one court, and I was just laughing because they needed shade, right? It was freaking hot, and they tried to use a beach umbrella and prop it into the fence, right? And then all of a sudden a gust of wind blew. It blew the freaking umbrella onto the court. I thought it was going to nail one of the players. I'm going, no, that is not going to work. That is not safe, and it's not giving you enough shade anyway. So when we got introduced by Eric over at L Cube Lifestyle, which I'm wearing their UV protected
Love their
shirt.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's awesome, right? The long sleeve. I looked into your product and go, this is exactly what people need, right? Bridgie and I both live in areas where it gets pretty darn hot, and we don't see any solution for it. Like, Bridgie and I in Vegas, we love playing over at Sunset Park. There's no shade there. Like when we go out there, it's hot. Like, in Vegas, it's
so
110
hot.
degrees.
Oh, yeah.
It's hot, right? If he had shade, it would be such a relief, like just to take that little break, in between serves, just go, just dash
Yeah.
under the shade for a little bit, which would be so fantastic. And then you guys are actually taking it even a step further, where you mentioned earlier, you could have logos on there. So these country
Yeah.
clubs, these facilities, they can actually brand the shade so that, they're getting some marketing as well. Talk a little bit about that option.
Yeah, so I'll jump in there real quick. So, I'm in Naples, right? And there's, the World Pickleball, USA Pickleball, they just finished that. So we were a little, we're going to be, we're talking to them for next year. But really what that is if you're doing a big pickleball tournament, right? And you want these sunshades, the best thing to do is to go to your big sponsors, right? And say, listen, if, there's another place to put your logo. So instead of just putting it on a banner hanging on the fence, you could put it on our sunshade underneath, or you could put it on top, or both, because a lot of these tournaments have, drones going across and, taking aerial views. But it's a way for marketing too. So when you're standing under it, you look up and you see, whatever logo. So we we just started working, with Eric at L3, and I love his product. And I got introduced to them about a year ago, and I couldn't figure out who to talk to. And I finally got connected to the right person, who's Eric. So we're going to be co-marketing, co-branding our product on their product. So we'll have our logos on his shirt. We're also did a sunshade where we have his logo underneath. So that's really fun. And we're looking to do more of that with other companies. So, it's just a great way to have another way of marketing and sponsorship for these tournaments. And it's, it's different. Yeah.
For people who are interested in maybe finding out more about how to get one of these with their brand, what's the best way to find that information?
You can go right on our website, staycoolasapickle.com. We're getting our word out. We have QR codes now. We're putting them directly on the sunshades. So, you can just, you have your phone right there. You can click on it if, people actually buy the sunshade. But right now, the best way would be to go right on our website, staycoolasapickle.com.
And you guys are going to be at a big pickleball event coming up as well.
Yes, we're going to be a sponsor at the World Pickleball conference and convention. There's a couple different things. There's 3 things running that weekend. So it's a convention, a conference with industry leaders, presenting. And it's also inside the convention, they have pop-up pickleball courts, and Pickle Heads is running, I think, 3 tournaments that weekend. So we're going to have a booth. We're booth number 1800, right next to the Dink Zone. So you're going to find us. We're going to have a real sunshade hung up in our booth. And we'll have Rocky. If you see this little guy back here in the background, that's cool. Rocky. That's Rocky, our little pickle with the pink sunglasses. So he's one of our friends. Yeah, so that's where we're going to be. I'm going to be in Orlando next weekend on Friday for I think it's called the RCSPA. It's a big conference for about 300 tennis pros and pickleball pros that come. So we'll be a vendor there on Friday evening for their cocktail hour. So we'll introduce Stay Cool there as well.
I mean,
awesome.
I think it's going to be a hit, because when people see what's available and how innovative that product is, and how easy, like you were saying, Sue, how easy it is to put up, it's a no-brainer, right? I mean, you don't want to damage your skin. You don't want to overheat when you're on the court. And this is the solution to both. So I think you got something really cool, as they say, pun intended.
Yeah, and their website is great too. I was taking a look through it, and you have some other products too that's available for sale. One of the ball holders that fastens to the net post, I thought that was such a fantastic idea, because we're always shoving them like in our shorts or our pockets, and that causes all kinds of trouble down the line. But tell our listeners too what else they may find on your website.
Yeah, so we have ball holders on the website. It's a single one. It wraps, it Velcros either to like the post of the pickleball net, or you can wrap it on the fence line. And we'll have a new ball holder too that'll hold 5 balls with a magnetic, so you can just snap it right there on the pickleball post of the net.
That's smart.
That'll be coming out soon, so we'll be showing some pictures of that on our website, and we'll have those at the 2 conferences. What else? We just have, we love our logo. We love, the vibe of stay cool. We're going to be, again, co-marketing with L3. We'll have some of their long sleeve and short sleeve shirts for men and women on our site. Some hats. What else we got going on? We're gonna have a whole stay cool package, like the little cooling neck things and cool pads. Yeah. So.
And a little birdie told me, Sue, that you're going to be playing in the tournament down there. Are you ready? Have you been practicing?
I'd like to say born ready, but I'm not sure. I just love, I was playing 7 days a week here and like 4 hours a day. And I had to take a break because it was a little too much, but I'm excited. Like I'm getting better. I'm learning a lot. So I'm excited to, maybe I'll get to play with some of the greats, down there, and that'd be a lot of fun. What's the gentleman's name, Chris, that we met with?
Flash, or what's
Flash Gordon? Gordon, he's a world famous pickleball player.
He's
like in his 70s or 80s. His last name is Gordon.
That's going to be fun. How tall are you, Sue? Because you mentioned all this basketball coaching, playing. How tall are you? Because this is a huge advantage on, playing doubles, right?
I'm 5'9.5", but everybody keeps telling me my arms are like 6 foot long. So I don't know.
Her wingspan is her wingspan is large. So when you go against Sue, it's very hard, but when you have her as a partner, it's awesome.
That is fantastic.
And she went from like just a beginner less than a year ago, and she's winning like 4-0 tournaments, double golds. I mean, I'm like, oh my gosh. So,
well,
awesome.
You're an athlete, right? You're an athlete, so you can just translate all of that onto the court.
Yeah. I'm learning that you have to be smart though too, and the wisdom part of the game is the important part of the game too, making the right shots. So it's pretty cool learning. I learn by watching a lot. I mean, these players are just phenomenal, and I've seen some videos of you two as well, Brigie and Uncle Greg. You guys have some game.
We try.
He's leveled up quite faster than I have, but I have so much fun playing. Have you two played in a tournament together?
Not together yet, but
I play mostly tournaments
we played together quite a bit, but not together yet. I was trying to helicopter down to Florida with me so I can bring in a ringer, but I might have to like bump my level up if I bring Sue on.
So how often are you playing, Chris?
Oh, I play a lot. I play like 5 days a week. Like today I played 3 times, but I had to take a break the third time because it was getting a little hot here in Florida. It gets really, really hot. So most of the time we play really early in the morning, or in the evening. So I'm on a couple teams and a couple, I played in some tournaments down here, but I'm not at a level like real high. I'm like 3-5. So
that's good.
I love it. For my age, and I was always in sports and my kids were in sports. So I kind of like go back to when I was like competitive when I was younger, so.
That's what pickleball does for us.
Yeah. And I got, we're really practicing that third shot.
All right. Shot well, we should take our third shot then.
Yes.
Let's get our toast ready. Let's get the lemon drop, the Bailey's going. I'm drinking Jack tonight, so.
Ooh, you're drinking, Brigie.
I'm just drinking
Cheers
water.
To stay as a pickle. Stay cool as a pickle. Cheers to you.
Stay cool as a pickle.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having us.
I
I know.
Yeah,
We
you've
really,
got such a great product, and we can't wait to see where it goes. And I love the partnership with L Cubed. I'm only gonna guess great things are ahead.
yes.
Thank
And you
you.
know what? We want you to give a shout out to your other partner because she wasn't able to join us today. But please
No.
give a shout out to your partner.
Yes, to Renee. Renee is awesome. She keeps us on track. Okay, she's our organizer, and she runs all these pickleball leagues for beginners. She gets everybody involved. She's a gem.
Yeah, she does a lot for the community
Yes.
here, getting people involved and getting them started to love the game.
It sounds like the three of you have just a wonderful partnership because all three of you have your strengths and you just work together as a team.
Exactly, and we have good friendship too. So
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what makes it even more special.
exactly.
Well, congratulations on the success you've had so far, and I know there's a lot more to come. So congratulations.
Thank you, and thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us.
You
Yes.
got it. And thank you for all you listening to us on Third Shot, where Bridgie and I would continue to share our pickleball journey. A real special thanks to Chris and Sue for coming on today. Please go check out their website, staycoolasapickle.com. On Instagram, really cool pictures there, videos, staycool2025. You're going to find out a lot more information and ways to purchase their shades. It is worth it. And you can support this show by subscribing. We promise to have more amazing guests just like Chris and Sue on future episodes of Third Shot Podcast. Let's continue to share our enjoyment for the game and grow this pickleball community together. See you next time on Third Shot Podcast.